Man, dude. Do you like psychedelics? Because I do. I have a special fondness for magic mushrooms. Namely because I've been growing them for 9.5 years now. But also because I just really like some of the aspects of the actual trip. Now, with that being said, I have a story for you today about a trip that was maybe not so pleasant, but one that provided me with a lot of lessons during the experience, and one that I definitely took some things away from. This is the story of my second experience with mushrooms. I had spent the summer poring over YouTube videos, grow forums, and other sources, and with a bit of effort, I got all the necessary supplies to make 12 PF Tech cakes and fruit them in a homemade terrarium. When I looked at that canopy of gold, white, and burnt orange psilocybe cubensis, B+ strain to be specific, I was very proud of my work and excited to try my own product for the first time. So, in my haste to embark on a much needed psychedelic journey, I haphazardly plucked 3 fresh mushrooms right off a cake, put them in a sandwich with grape jelly, and I munched down. Now you may think I'm a psycho for the flavor choice of bimbo and grape jelly, and I can't defend myself, you would be right. But over time, my taste buds have matured, they have become more refined, and now I only accept lemon tech and edible treats like chocolates and cookies maybe. That's neither here nor there though, so I digress. My plan was to walk to a friend's house. Let's call him Agent J. And another friend, Agent K, would meet up with us there for a smoke and a bit of TV. I walked for about 30 minutes or so. So did K, and I explained to them both what I had taken, which I estimated very roughly to be an eighth, or 3.5 grams. We proceeded to smoke, and all was well for the next 30 minutes or so. So that's 30 minutes for a walk, 30 minutes of just hanging out, T plus 1 hour since ingestion. I began to feel disoriented, physically hot, and a bit more than a bit nervous. I was anxious. Shall you say I was having the fear? Can we turn the AC on? I requested. But Jay explained that he was instructed not to touch the thermostat by his father. The electricity bill had been pretty expensive in the 2 or 3 months prior, and leaving the AC and appliances off was an attempt to mitigate that. Nonetheless, this event sent me into sort of a mental spiral. In my mind, the expense of electricity was, at best, an unacceptable assault on the average person by a greedy electric company, and at worst, a wider corporate/government conspiracy to squeeze as much money out of American families as possible, leaving people to do shit like turn off their appliances in order to save money. I actually had personal experience with this before, so it was already something that was in my mind. I've seen it at other people's houses. But I was absorbed in this loop of thoughts for around 20 minutes. And smoking probably made me more dehydrated, maybe more paranoid. So when we were finished, I drank some water, but I couldn't really, in my state, find a way to escape this line of thinking that I was in. I asked if I could selfishly take the oscillating fan for my own use. There was one in the room we were in, because as I said at the time, I was burning up. Jay politely obliged, and I lied down on the floor, groaning. Why? It's so hot. I went on like that for a few minutes, just with the fan on my face, so you could hear my voice like. I'm sure it was hilarious. After a while passes, it's probably T plus 1 hour 45 minutes at this time. I'm still peaking, but I've gained enough composure. I've gotten brave. I've gained enough composure to walk home. I gotta dip, I gotta go do what I gotta go do. So everyone's cool with that. We're finished chilling, and I say goodbye to my friends and begin the walk, the treacherous walk. It was so intense. I tried not to make eye contact with cars while crossing this, using the crosswalk, and I made it home safely, safe and sound, only to discover that I was locked out of the house and no one was home to let me in. Turning around, I'm on my porch just looking around, looking crazy. My neighbors were just arriving home. They were getting out of their car, and I could feel them staring at me as I frustratedly turned around and headed in the opposite direction, back to Jay's place. Now, in all actual reality, they probably weren't paying any attention to me, but I was floored at this point, so I'm sure you could understand. So let's see, this is another 30-minute walk, so it's about an hour round trip. We'll say we're at 2 hours, 45 minutes since ingestion. By this time, my paranoia had subsided, but I was still very high. I was walking through what was a pretty warm day, but the heat seemed to no longer bother me. And Jay and Kay were both still there. They were both still chilling. We decided, let's roll another blunt, continue the sesh with a game of dominoes. This is a crazy part of the story. I don't know how, but I was the most clutch at dominoes. I was the most clutch as I've ever been. I won by a good margin. I don't know, I could just see the numbers. I don't know if I got a really good hand or if I was on some psychedelic psychic mushroom shit at the moment, but wham, slamming shit down, give me my points. Wham, slamming shit, give me my points. Wham, wham, give me my points. And so, I win. That was cool. A nice way to come down. After we finished, I was well enough to walk home comfortably, and I said my second goodbye to everyone. We dipped. When I got home, sadly, no one was home to let me in once again, but double sadly, but I guess good, I discovered that I had actually left the garage door unlocked, and I was not locked out when I came back to the house previously. I was just so fucked up that I didn't notice that I could have gotten into the house. So when I investigated this time, wow, I can get into the house. The first thing I noticed was the AC. And I thought, thank modern technology for comfort in the home. That's my trip story. Thanks for listening. Drop a like and subscribe. I'll see you next time.
Tales from